Welcome back to Midday Kentucky, everyone. Well, she's sharing her story in hopes to encourage people to make a difference. Laura is here to talk about her book, An Invisible Thread. And guess what? We have another Laura here from the Lexington Rescue Mission. Welcome to the show, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
When did you arrive in from New York?
I actually arrived yesterday, so it's
Okay.
been wonderful. My first time to Kentucky.
Really? And how do you feel?
I love it. It's beautiful. I wish I could stay.
I think a lot of people say that when they first come here. We have some other co-hosts that come on from New York. They say the same thing. It's just so relaxing for them.
It's just beautiful.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about this amazing book. What inspired you to write the book to begin with? Tell our audience the background, because it goes over like 30 years.
Yeah, a little over 30 years. It was really back in 1986 when I was walking up 56th Street, and a young boy, he was 11 years old, his name was Maurice, passed and said, "Excuse me, lady, do you have any spare change? I'm hungry." And originally I said no. I went back to him. I took him to McDonald's for lunch. And we ultimately wound up meeting every Monday for the next 4 years and hundreds of times thereafter. And it's the story of our friendship that has really spanned over 30 years.
I find it amazing that you did that, because a lot of people are scared. We don't know people's circumstances of why they're on the street. We don't know whether they're dangerous, whether something's happened at home, they've just become homeless. I think it's so important to be able to take at least 1 minute to find out. If you're kind enough to drop $1 in or a couple of bucks, take a minute to say, how are you? What message do you hope people take away from reading your book?
Well, actually, if you open up your eyes and hearts to your surroundings, you can receive the most beautiful blessings, because in reality, we ultimately developed a friendship that has lasted over so many years. And what I love so much is that it not only changed Maurice's life and my life, but it's had this wonderful ripple effect that has changed the lives of his children.
Well, just before I jump over to you, Laura, I have to ask one more question.
Please.
What is Maurice doing now?
He actually is working as an Uber driver. He's a partner in An Invisible Thread, and also my children's book, An Invisible Thread Christmas Story.
I love it.
And what I love most is that he has the most wonderful family, and his children will never know from poverty, drugs, and violence.
I just love it. I love it. Thank you for what you did.
My
It was
pleasure.
a
Thank you for
wonderful
having
thing.
me here.
All right, let's get down to business, everyone. How is Lexington Rescue Mission involved, and how did all this come about?
Sure. Well, we work with people who are struggling with poverty and homelessness in Lexington. And so it was just a natural fit when we found Laura and her book and her story. And we thought, what an inspiration and what an opportunity to be able to share that with those that support us and are interested in learning more about how can they make a difference. I think we all see people on the street and our hearts are moved, but we don't know what to do. And so at the mission, we have lots of ways that you can really invest in your neighbor and really give back to the community.
Where do we stand in Lexington? I know in Utah it was a major issue. I know in Australia, my home country, not so much because of the government subsidies that we have there, and you know the housing, and there is still homeless people, of course. Where do we stand in the state of Kentucky, especially in Lexington?
Well, in Fayette County in Lexington, we have 685 people who are identified as homeless here in Lexington, men, women, and children.
Yeah.
And so that has gone down over the last few years. The city's really led a coordinated effort to try to get people out of shelters, off the streets, and into housing. And the mission is playing a part in that. And so us, along with our partners in the work, you know, every day that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to help meet the basic physical needs for food, but also getting people into housing, getting them jobs, and really helping them become self-sufficient.
And that's what this book's about, inspiring, not making you, if you read the book, it will give you that passion to go out and say, what can I do?
Exactly.
How can I help? Why are you here tonight?
Well, I'm actually honored to be able to be the keynote speaker tonight at the event, so I'm very, very excited about it, and it's going to be a lovely event.
Well, let's talk a little bit about that event.
Yeah. We are having our annual banquet and silent auction at the
Yeah.
Griffin Gate Marriott. We're expecting about 600 people to
Really?
attend. Yes, so it's going to be quite the event.
Fancy.
But if anybody still wants to come and hasn't gotten a ticket, there are still tickets available, and you can go on our website and go ahead and reserve your spot. We will squeeze you in. So
The more the merrier.
Exactly. We want as many people as possible to be able to benefit
We
from
don't care
Laura's
if there's
visit.
people standing.
Exactly.
Come
We'll-
along,
we'll make
enjoy.
room.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's wonderful.
I know.
That you're going to
I'm
be
actually
doing that.
very excited about it. It's going to be a really lovely event, and I know that the Lexington Rescue Mission has worked so hard to make this such a special evening.
Well, we appreciate the effort that you've come here
my
as well.
pleasure.
Now, we also have a book giveaway. What we need is the first caller to call this number, 859-566-3636. It is signed by our wonderful author. We appreciate both of you. Thank you for coming in. Back up.